Here's why I chose the Ring Sling as my favorite go-to carrier. I wear this every single day. I actually got a brand new one, and I love this color because it matches with so many outfits. The quality and fabric is so nice. It's 100% linen, and I just really love this carrier, hands down. I even can nurse in it, which is a huge bonus because it helps just prop her up. I always keep one hand on her, but it really can be hands-free nursing, but I wouldn't do completely hands-free. This carrier, she can have openness, like her head is not restricted. Solly might be that way. I'm trying to get her to like, she wants to watch the dogs. It's just overall super, really nice. The fabric never touches the ground, which I just really don't like the Solly. That's why I don't take it out of the house, because the fabric hangs down on the ground. This one is absolutely perfect length. Stylish. It's actually really beautiful. This fabric makes everything look beautiful. It's really easy to get on. I don't have to readjust this part at the height I want, and then I just take it on and off. But even if I did have to readjust, it's super easy. So many pros. I can't even think of a con right now. Wear this, it says on the description you can wear it from 8 to 35 pounds. So it is really versatile for newborns and toddlers. So this is the Solly wrap, and I really love wearing this as well. The pros and cons of the Solly wrap is a lot of fabric, and it's hard to, takes a while to like get it on and wrap it. Once the Solly wrap is wrapped and ready to go, she's in here. I like to keep her in here for a long while. It's hard for me to take her out and put her back in real easily, so that's a con. I like wearing this one when she's taking a long nap because it's super supportive. She's very, very light. She feels light in this. Benefit of wearing her in the Solly is that I could keep her in here for a long nap. So say she has a 2-hour nap, she feels super light enough for me to carry her that long. It's amazing because her head gets supported by this fabric here, and so she has that support when I bend down, or she's not sleeping now, so she doesn't like her head to be tied down. But it's a really amazing one to wear. Here is a list of pros and cons for the Ergo. The pro is that when she was an infant, I used to love carrying her in this because her head was supported by this part right here, so her head wouldn't go back as much when she was little. So I loved that when I was doing farm chores and she was still really tiny. This was a really good support system for her. Her legs were tucked in, her head was supported. And now that she's older, she kind of has that same support, just her head is a little bit above this. She grew a lot. So the support is really good. It's like nice and firm around her body, versus like the Ring Sling and Solly are fabric, so it's not like padded. It's not, there's not a whole lot of protection. The pro is that it was breathable. For some reason we weren't super sweaty in this in the summer when she was born. So the cons are, she feels, now that she's older, she feels 10 pounds heavier in this versus the Solly. The Solly is hands down, she feels the lightest because she's super tight on me and the fabric is really holding her up, versus she sinks a lot in this. It makes it feel like I'm carrying 10 more extra pounds, so my back really hurts when I wear this, so it's not very ergonomic. And the buckles are extremely hard to get to push in and buckle on my own. I always have to have help, especially this back one. That's why I never unbuckle it. I just pop it over my head. But I would not be able to buckle this by myself. There's just too many buckles and straps and not very stylish. It doesn't really look the prettiest, the best. Then she teethes on this part, so I know people sell attachments for teething things. Either way, she still falls asleep in it, which is good, but I cannot wear her for a 2-hour nap in this because my back ends up really hurting. So I would not recommend the Ergo, but I loved it when she was a tiny newborn. Here is the baby Catan. Again, a list of pros and cons. This one is just like the Solly in 2 fabrics though. So this is a detachable fabric, and then this is 1 loop. This is way easier to get on than the Solly, so that is a huge pro. It's wrapped just like it. And it crosses on the bottom, but there's no extra fabric hanging around. There's no tail, so it's so easy to get on. Convenient for like wearing her at the grocery stores or something when I really need to get something on fast and put her in. And it holds her up decent. The only con I think would be because it's not a stretchier fabric, she's not like tight on me. She's kind of, the cotton is kind of like droopy, so she does sink into the fabric a lot. And when she was a newborn, she definitely like would curl up. I didn't really like wearing her in this as a newborn because she would just kind of like, it would be like a hammock, and she would be kind of like curled up, and her throat wasn't, that her airways wasn't like open. So I was always like paranoid about that, so I didn't really want to wear her in this. Other than that, it's really pretty still. It's organic cotton, so that's a pro. Now that she's older, I do like wearing her in this. Her feet are sticking out. The only thing is, like I said, she kind of eventually starts to sink and sag down, and like she's barely kissable height right now. So yeah, it's definitely good for a few, like 30 minutes around the grocery store or something. I wouldn't wear it for chores or a long nap. I really do like the baby Catan, but I prefer the Solly wrap better.